Hello and welcome. If you are using Spring in your Java application, you can inject values from a configuration file directly into an instance that holds these values. Other parts of your code can then use this configuration holder. It acts like a facade because the complexity where the configuration values actually come from, for example maybe from a text file or a database, should not be important for the one consuming the config values. So let's have a look at how this works. We have got an almost empty application context XML file and an environment properties file that holds the configuration values we need to use in our application. I've chosen a web service that we need to access in our application here, for example. Then there's a class that I called config service, which is similar to a Java Bean class with getter methods for the different configuration values. The class itself has the annotation @configuration and a property source annotation that points to the property file we defined earlier, this one. Every relevant property in the class has a @value annotation, which in turn points to the configuration key in our environment properties file. I have set up a main class for testing purposes that holds the following code. The Spring application context is loaded with a try with resource statement, which makes sure that the context will be closed after the try block. Then we load the config service bean from the context and can access the configuration values by calling the getter methods in the following lines. The whole setup is pretty static, but should be sufficient to handle the configuration in smaller applications. It is at least better to do it this way instead of hard-coding certain strings in your application. For example, if you have too many static final strings in your classes that need to be changed depending on the deployment scenario, this might be an easy alternative for you. Thank you for watching this video. In case you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you did not like it, a thumbs down. Either way, please let me know in the comments what you think. If you do not want to miss any future videos, simply subscribe to the channel and activate the bell to get notifications when a new video is published.